Well, it's been a little while since I've sat in this format and talked to you all about anything because I kind of let my YouTube channel go in a very strange direction for a while. Part of it was due to the fact that I wasn't sure what direction I was taking. Not that I can tell you that I am now, but I'm headed in some direction and I'm going to take you with me along that road, wherever that road leads me. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure where it's going to lead me. So those of you who want to share it with me and those of you who want to follow along, come on along. Okay, what I'm doing today is a get ready with me. I had promised this and I am going to do it, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I am doing and what I'm trying to do to reinvent myself at the ripe old age of in my 70s. So, okay, what I'm going to start with is this morning, to cleanse my face, I used my Marinesse Endless Youth, and this is really a very good product. It's Pearly Glow Bubble Cleanser, anti-stress and tightening. Both of those are a good thing, and I've really enjoyed it. You know how much of a fan I am of Marinesse, so this is another one of their products that I like a lot. So I did it with my Clarisonic, and I did that for about 2 minutes. I desperately have to do my eyebrows. They are growing together like one eyebrow. How lovely is that? It's been a while since I've had one eyebrow, but I've been very sloppy about things that I've been doing because I've been fragmented. I've been fragmented in so many ways. So here we go. The center is really bad, and I'm going to use my regular Tinkle to take out most of what's going on here and just at least give me a framework from which to work. And I will work on it later on with a tweezer to do the fine tuning, but at least this gives me a start. And I have to tell you, I was a young girl the last time I remember my eyebrows growing together, so that was not a good thing. I really don't love to use it under here because these are coarse hairs, and I really prefer to do that with a tweezer, but there's too much to do right now. It's just too big a job. So for this time, I'm going to accommodate it just a little bit by using this. And I could use that other thing that I had bought and see if that works. Let's take a look. Well, the dogs are hearing something in the street. Somebody's on their street. What nerve. All right, so I don't want to waste a whole lot of time doing this. So I'm going to do the rest of this myself, and then I'll come back to continue with the rest of my skincare and my makeup for today. And I'll talk to you a little bit about where I'm headed, wherever that is. Okay, now I'm using this other thing. I forgot what it was called, using a circular motion. Okay, Flawless Brows. So I'm going to use that a little bit. This is a little bit of a learning curve, but I've used it a couple of times now. And I'm going to try it for the hairs that are closer to the brow itself. And it says to go in a circular motion. So I shall do that because I don't want to accidentally trim off any of the hair that is part of my brow and not what I'm meaning to get rid of. So, you know, I'm sure that it is user error on my part, just not doing it quite right yet, but I think it works. And I think it's the kind of thing, I'm pretty sure that some of my subscribers have told me that you have to replace the blades on this, but I've only used it a couple of times, so I'm assuming it'll work for a little while anyway. And I don't know. It gets very warm when you use it. The circular motion thing has me a little bit, I have to get used to it. I remember when I first started to use my rotating brush, I got it in my hair. I was pinching myself with it. It really wasn't working well. And now when I use it, it's like second nature to me. So It's whatever we get used to. Okay, listen, it's not perfect, but it is far better than what I started with today. So I'm going to stop there for now. And as I told you, I'm going to take you through the steps. Shah, sweetheart, be quiet, baby. And I'm going to start with, of course, my beloved Peter Thomas Roth water drench, of which sadly I have very little left. I'm sort of down to the bottom of this thing, but I will use it up to the very last drop. Okay, I love the feel of this. It is so really quenching. It's quenching for your skin. It's like your skin is taking a long drink, and it's really quite wonderful. And I just noticed I should have also shaved my mustache. So I'm going to have to do that. I will do that for next time, I promise. Okay, so let me start talking to you about some of the things that have been going on, because aside from the lives, which I've been doing routinely, I really haven't been coming on here and doing my regular videos, and I've missed it a lot, and I hope that some of you have missed me. I don't know if you have or you just left for greener pastures, but I have definitely missed it. All right, what I'm going to do now, because I don't have my Amazon eye cream handy, I'm going to use the Tatcha, and the Tatcha is good as well. The other is definitely my favorite, but the Tatcha is good. And you squeeze out just a little bit of it, and then you apply it. You can apply it with this, and it feels very cool. So you can do this, and you can just go all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pat it in, because that's my own preference for doing this, and it just feels so good. Then I'll squeeze a little more out to do the other side. Does not take a lot. That's it. Just that. Of course, it sucked it right back. It sucked it right back in because I didn't. There we go. Did it again. Okay. So again, this is cooling, and it feels very good as I apply it. And I will still say, I mean, I look like the wrath of God with no makeup on, and I think I have such nerve to do this. But we know that I do kind of let you in on my life and what it is. So this is just another step in that path. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for just a minute. Then I'm going to take my Tatcha Luminous firming, it's deep hydration and firming serum. I'm going to shake that very gently a few times, and I don't use it all the time. I happen to have it from a while back, so I'm going to use it obviously until it runs out. And I'm just going to take a little bit, and it feels good to add as my serum on my cheeks. I love the smell of this. It's almost like a white tea kind of scent. So it really feels good. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is, okay, let me find it. Because as we know, I tend to fly by the seat of my pants. And here we go. Thank goodness for this. My Clarins Beauty Flash Balm. And this is one of my favorites since I no longer can buy the old Nivea, which I loved. So I'm just taking a little bit of it, and I'm going to put it on my chin and my neck. And again, for an old person, I don't think of myself that way, but that's sort of reality. My neck is not in as bad shape as it might be. The rest of my body, after I had my surgery, I'm a little bit chopped up, but I'm doing the very best I can with what I have. And what I'm going to do then, because it has made a difference, and Mihaela, if you are anywhere where you can hear me, Mihaela was the one who told me to start using this, and I am grateful, and I think about Mihaela every day. So I pray that things go well for her. I also have to ask a question of anybody in the beauty community, the mature beauty community, who might know. Does anybody know what happened with Carol Pereira? She disappeared one day. She used to come visit many of us and spend a lot of time, and I'm very worried about her. She had fallen at one point, and then I just stopped seeing her around, so it bothers me a lot. All right, I'm just going to do a little bit up here on my 11s and a little bit here, and that is it. Okay, my next step is going to be to, I'm not going to bother. What I sometimes do is I will sometimes use my Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer. I'll sometimes even use this as a makeup, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to use my Miraness Velvet Maxi Lift, and I'm going to put that on. So what happened to me, as many of you know, anybody who's been on the ride with me during this period of time when I've kind of had to reinvent myself, because my whole life, the life that I knew disappeared. Feels like it disappeared in a flash. The past year feels as if it was a minute ago, and sometimes it feels like it was a lifetime ago. I'm going to use my rotating brush that always gives me that flawless finish. And you know, I've been in real estate. I've been doing my stagings. I have been really busy with that life for a very long time. And what happened was it got taken away from me, because it took me a long time after being in the hospital and then getting a MRSA infection at the rehab and going back to the hospital and all of the things that caused, and having had the tumor grow so large that it encroached on a lot of my healthy tissue, and that was sad because I had to give up a lot of that. So there were a lot of changes in my life. I'm no spring chicken. It's very hard to change as we get older. It's hard to change anytime for a lot of people. Some people thrive on change, and God bless them. I'm not one of them. I'm one of those people who will be pulled kicking and screaming from the tried and true to change things and, you know, go in a different direction. So it is what it is. I loved what I did in real estate. I loved what I did with staging. It made people's homes look beautiful, and it made them happy, and it made me happy in the process. This is a KKW stick. It's a double-ended stick, and I am using it just to define my cheekbones. So I'll just do a little line here and a little line here. I'll do a little line across here, and I'll just do a little squiggly line up here to give me a little color. I'm then going to fill it in with the butter bronzer. Looks like I'm doing a lot of stuff, doesn't it? And I sort of am, but it is what it is. The older I get, the more I have to do. So there I was, faced with this real problem of what do I do with my life? Never occurred to me ever, stupidly, because things do change and things do happen, and we really probably should be better prepared for it than I was. So what happened was I had to suddenly come up with new ways to try to make a living. I can't retire, because real estate, though it was wonderful while it lasted, there is no residual benefit to it if you don't prepare for it yourself. And I was one of those people, sad to tell you, that honestly thought that I would always do what I had always done, and I would always be able to make a decent living, to a good living, doing what I love so much. I never thought that I would get old. How bizarre is that? I just didn't feel old. I didn't look old. I didn't feel old. I didn't act old. I was able to until this growth had encroached on everything, I was all but running up and down the stairs. Big changes. Okay, I need to work this in so that I don't look like I have a stripe on my face. And I actually forgot to put it on the sides of my nose. So clearly you can see that I've not been doing what I typically do. And again, I just want to make sure there's no defined line here. And this again, we want that sun-kissed look, so we look healthy-ish, or at least as healthy as possible. Okay, I'm going to take this again, and I'm going to put just a little bit down the sides of my nose. Wrong one. I have two of these, by the way. It came two in the set. One is a highlighter. Okay. So there I was, sitting here feeling bereft, feeling as if what happened to Jerry? Where did Jerry go? Looks like I gave myself a bump on the nose, doesn't it? I can work it in though, so it's not a problem. And I had to try to think of ways I could reinvent myself. Well, how do you do that if you are sitting home, not able to walk very well, walking with a cane after graduating from a walker, not being able to do the steps too well, having my muscles so tight from all of the surgery and all of it kind of protecting itself. So it was a real serious issue for me. Okay. I am not going to do anything under here yet. I'm going to work on my eye makeup first, because in case anything gets down here, I can get rid of it before I've done my under eye. I'm still using the Urban Decay, though it's almost 100% gone. So I'm going to have to find a new solution at some point soon. Take a tiny, tiny bit and just put it up here. And I know I still have to work on my eyebrows, and I will. I'll do that off camera and off time. So I was looking around for something to do, and I thought, what the heck can I do? Well, I can write, but to write something, you have to have somebody who wants to buy something or wants to pay you to write. I needed to do something that I didn't necessarily have to depend on anybody else to do. All right, I took out some old palettes that I had. This is an Urban Decay. This is Vice Limited Reloaded, and I have this for a long time. I'm going to take a look and see if there's, I have some good options in here, so I think I'm going to use this one today. That'll do just fine. And what I'm going to do first is I am going to use my trusty old brush from Profusion, and you know I adore Profusion products. I've been talking to you about them and Miraness forever. And I'm just going to do something with my transition first. So they don't have too many options in here. I'll take what there is and I will just work on that. So I started thinking and thinking and thinking, and I don't know the evolution of it, to be honest with you. I really don't recall. I was trying to think about it today because I was talking to one of my wonderful subscribers and friends earlier today. And I was trying to remember how it started, but I don't. But I started to play with, first I was designing t-shirts. And I was working on that, and I was really enjoying the creative process of it. It was a lot of fun for me, and I really love to design, I found out. I mean, I always had a creative bent. I was always into creative things my whole life. And it was not a far cry from what my comfort level was. I'm wondering if this is going to be 2 separate videos because it's going to go on forever. If you hate it being this long, tell me, and next time I'll make sure I don't do it. So I started doing the t-shirts. I was very excited. I got a number of designs up on Amazon, and some of my wonderful people who have stayed with me through the journey, bought some of the t-shirts. They were happy with them. But then I found out, very, very upset at the time, that no sooner did I create my designs that they were being stolen. And they were being stolen by people all over the place. I think there was one company out of Vietnam who had copied my designs. So it took everything out of me. It took all the starch out of me. It was like I had spent hours and hours and hours doing research, doing designing, thinking of the perfect words to say, the perfect imagery for it, and people stole it lock, stock, and barrel. So I recoiled from it, which is kind of my way of dealing with life's miseries, I think. I just kind of back away from it, so that's what I did. So then I needed to come up with another solution. So what the heck was that going to be? So I said, okay, I'm designing this. Let me see if I can design anything else. So I tried designing clothing, and I found that I was pretty good at that too. And not only clothing, but I was designing things like phone cases and all that sort of stuff. And I think I've created some kind of nice stuff. And I set up a store of my own, and the links are below to all of that in case anybody wants to take a look at this stuff. I set up my store. I set up a store on Etsy, and thanks to one of my friends who insisted that I try Poshmark, Etsy, eBay, whatever. So I set up a closet on Poshmark, and that there was a good thing about that, because in addition to doing whatever I could to make some money until hopefully real estate came back as a possibility, if it could, then just give me a minute to pick a color from this, because my color options are more limited. All right, I went with the pinkish. Do I want to go with a pinky kind of look today? It's not dark enough. It's not dark enough. So I'm going to go with the blues, even though I've got a pinky look, and this is a very dark, the heck it's called, 301. That's what it looks like. I can't see anymore. I'm getting old, folks. So I started all of that, and then I kind of waited for things to happen. And of course, when you start up a business of any kind, it takes time. Well, the one thing I didn't have the luxury of was time. So it made it very, very stressful for me. And because I am the kind of person that I am, and I am absolutely an open book, what you see is what you get. I am WYSIWYG at its finest. I don't play games. I just tell it like it is. And I was so depressed, and I went through such a hard time, that it was hard for me to come on here. I could not come on here and pretend that everything was hunky-dory. It was not. I was terrified, really terrified about the future. I still don't know where the future is taking me. It's still scary as can be. What's going to happen, I don't know. But more of the time than not, and it's not all the time. I would be lying to you if I told you that I can deal with it all the time. I cannot. There are moments in time. And do you see the little bit of fallout here? So this is why I didn't want to do the bottom first. So I have to trust the process. If I really believe that I am doing everything in my power to make things better, unless there's some reason that there's a lesson I need to learn that I have not learned yet, and that no matter what I do, it's not going to work. Oops, I just smeared it. That is not a good thing. Not good. And it's got a little bit of glitter in it, which makes it all the more wonderful. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to wind up. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll just I'm going to make it a very simple kind of look today. I'm going to take my angled brush and I'm just going to dip into the darkest blue, which is there. And I'm going to, and it's got a little glitter in it, as I say. So it's a little bit, it's going to be a little easier for the fallout. This is not a palette I work with and haven't for a very long time. You can see the glitter under my eye. It looks like I was kissed by, maybe kissed by an angel. I'll take it that way. So I cannot tell you that I am wonderful all the time. As I said, I'm not. But what I'm beginning to recognize is that things happen for a reason. And once again, there was a woman who told me many, many, many years ago when I was young. She said to me, your life is going to change for the better. And she said, and if you don't do anything to change it, life will intervene and life will do it for you. And I sort of wonder if that's part of the process right now, if life is setting me up in this direction because I didn't do it myself. So I'm not loving what I'm doing here. I'm really not. It's looking a little bit crappy. So we'll see how it works out in the end. But it's been a while since I've done this, so forgive me. So, as I say, I have no idea where I'm headed in the world. I am no doubt going to have to leave my house because it's just not an option. Nothing's been happening in real estate. I've been having tiny little successes with my other stuff, but it's only a tiny little success that can build on itself. Given time, I suspect it's going to do well. I could be wrong, but I suspect that it will. I'm getting some great advice from people that I know here. I'm getting great advice from my son, who is really good at marketing. And he's, it's just when you are going through a tough time, it is really hard to focus on that which you have to do in order to get to the next good place, because so much of your time and so much of your energy is spent on just surviving each day. So that is the story at this point. I have made a decision that I will continue my lives, but on a much more limited basis. It's not been good for my channel, and I really love my channel, and I really don't want that to happen. I want to be able to go on with it. I felt for a long time as if my channel was making a difference for some people. I really did. I would get people contacting me, telling me how much better they felt when they had to go through something, and just seeing me go through it and knowing that I made it through it, that they knew that they could make it through it as well. Do I look like a clown or what? So that's my story, and I'm going to take you along this journey wherever it takes me, and I'm going to let you know what I'm learning along the way. Perhaps it can serve somebody out there. Maybe there's somebody who needs a little help. Maybe there's somebody who's facing change that they would prefer was not in their life. And just knowing that somebody else is doing it, has done it, will do it, will get through it, hopefully. I mean, so much of it is in God's hands at this point. But the part of it that I control, I'm going to do everything in my power to try to get through it, to try to survive it, and to try to make my life good again. Different maybe, but good. I really want to enjoy my life. I think I deserve to enjoy my life. I think I've put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of care for a lot of other people. And I think there's got to still be something good for me. I'm going to see if there's anything in my old Smashbox palette that I can use under my eye. And I do see something here that I think will work. So I'm going to take this. This is the darker one. And the color is called Azure. Everything is not coming out quite right today, so forgive me, but I'll keep working at it. I hate that stupid face that I make when I'm working on that kind of stuff. So I'm going to work this into the corner. I want to define the corner just a little bit more. Oh my Lord, I look like a clown. I look like what Linda had said at one point, that I look like I'm a drag queen. So maybe I did that to myself. Let me just blend some of this stuff in and see where it takes me. And let's see. I think what I want to do as well is just to go in. There's a lighter color called Nile. It's a medium blue. And I think I'm going to put that on the inner corner just to lighten up that area a little bit. So I think that that kind of works better. I do not look stunning. Okay, but I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to fail in public. All right, this is my product that I absolutely adore from Mariness. This is the Concealer Ombre Stick. I've shown it to you before. And it does both the concealing and highlighting in one swoop. So that's a good thing. And if I don't have the blue, then I can just pat it in and you can see how it brings light to that area. I'm not going to be able to get rid of, I haven't been feeling great. I've been having stomach issues. I don't know whether it's related to stress. I don't know whether it's related to me, but it shows in my face. My face shows everything that I go through. All right, so at that point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh God, this is long. I am going to just do the powder over it. And after I do the powder, and again, this is the thing where I had some left, but every time I try to order it from Haute Look, when they had the sale, they sent me the wrong powder, so that was really upsetting. But I will use what I've got left for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off camera. I'm going to finish the look, and then I'll come back with the finished look. What do I have to do to finish the look? I am simply going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to do my lipstick. I'm going to do my little bit of highlighting on my cheekbones, and I will comb my hair, and then I will show you the finished product such as it is. And that's going to be it for today. Be right back. Son of a gun. So I think in the end, I managed to pull it all together. And I think considering the mess that I was halfway through this, not too terrible. The end product I think is okay. And I'm so happy with the skincare. It really is working well for me. And yeah, I'm getting back to basics again. For all of my wonderful subscribers, watchers, anybody who stopped by at any point, you have my apologies for my little absence, not so little absence, but I've been going through a really weird time. Hopefully I am back. I want you to look forward to my video on, hopefully I'm going to film it on Friday at physical therapy. I spoke to the physical therapist and told him I wanted to do a video showing my whole process at physical therapy and letting people see what it's like, so that if there is anybody who has an issue and anybody who needs to have some information or just wants to watch it to see what I do, it's going to be there for you. So that's it for today. And as I say, I'm coming back to this format for most of the time, and I'm going to take you through my process wherever my process happens to lead me. And we're going to go back to the important things in life, like wigs and makeup and all kinds of goodies. I'm kidding, of course, but I love you all. If you are watching me again, if you've managed to stick with me through all of this and my hiatus, I thank you very much. And I will be back very soon. Take care. Oh, and I totally forgot. What I wanted to do was show you my outfit of the day. And the outfit that I am wearing, let's see if I can get you to see this, is an outfit that I made. So this is my style. Oh, that's a great shot. You can just see my torso. How lovely is that? All right, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to try to give you a little bit of a view of what this outfit looks like. So here we go. Well, this is interesting. I don't know how I'm going to do this. That's not going to work. Okay, that's not going to work at all. Hello. I'm going to take a photograph of it and I will put it in here at the end, possibly at the beginning. And take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm just giving you a little bit of a preview of the outfit. This is wearing it with a little, this is a traveler's piece from Chico's in, I guess it's, I don't know if it's black or navy blue. I think it's black. And I think it's nice to wear over the outfit because it's a little bit longer. And this is the outfit that I designed, so I'm really kind of excited about it. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. And I think the few people that I know who've gotten the same design have really loved it. So this is it. This is my outfit of the day, and it is what it is. I wish I could do the camera the other way, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to want to play. So this is it, my friends. Just wanted to let you see it. Take care.